Good Tuesday morning, April 4th, 2023. It's something I've been very curious about. In the history of Major League Baseball, there are so many baseball records. One thing that interests me is among all the Hall of Fame players, those who are in the Baseball Hall of Fame, there are tens of thousands, 20,000 ball players that have played baseball in its history, 150-year history since 1870s. 20,000 ball players. But in the Hall of Fame, those who make the Hall of Fame, they're the unique class. And they're the ones who accomplish something in their career to get them into the Hall of Fame. So as a result, many of these ball players have baseball records. One record that really interests me, there's so many records. In fact, I'm gonna do a series of videos on baseball records. This video, something really intrigues me. You know what it is? Which Hall of Fame baseball player in his career who's in the Hall of Fame presently had the fewest strikeouts in his playing career? Now, obviously, some players play longer, so they get more strikeouts. Other players have a short career, so they have less strikeouts. But do you know which ball players in the Hall of Fame rank as far as fewest strikeouts in their career? I'm not going to look at games played or at bats. I'm just going to say which Hall of Famer had the fewest strikeouts in his career, regardless of games or at bats. And he's in the Hall of Fame. So in order to make the Hall of Fame, you got to have a playing career. You can't just play 5 years. You can't just play 7 years and bat like 400 some of those years and expect to get in. I think the requirements is you've got to have at least 10 years of playing and have a significant number of games played and at bats to make the Hall of Fame. Well, I did some research, came up with a list. I came up with 165 baseball Hall of Famers, and I ranked them as far as fewest strikeouts in their career. You know who's number one with the fewest strikeouts? Don't worry about games played or at bats. Just who has the fewest strikeouts in his playing career? I looked it up. A guy named Joe Sewell played from 1920 to 1933. He played for the Cleveland Indians. So he played 14 years, had 1,900 games. He had 7,132 official at-bats. He had plate appearances of over 8,000, but you have walks and hit by the pitch and sacrifices. So the official at-bats, 7,132. He struck out 114 times and over 7,000 at-bats. A record. And that's the fewest. 114 strikeouts. Number one. As far as all the Baseball Hall of Famers. He's the player with the fewest strikeouts. Listen to this one year. In 1925, he came to bat. He had 699 plate appearances, but officially he had 608 at-bats. That's a good season, right? Played 153 games. No, 155 games. Joe Sewell, 155 games. He struck out 4 times. 608 at-bats, and he struck out only 4 times. In fact, he holds the record. He went 115 games in a row without striking out. That's a record. That will never happen again. It's too hard. Baseball is too hard, especially in today's age. Joe Sewell. What was his success? What did he do? I mean, the guy is 5'6" and weighed 168 pounds. And he strikes out 114 times in over 7,000 career at-bats. And in one season, 608 official plate appearances, struck out 4 times. That's just 1 year. I'm looking at his, on Baseball Reference, I'm looking at his stats. Okay, other years, he struck out 17 times, 20 times, 12 times, 13 times. But then other years, he had single digits. 4 times, 6 times, 7 times, 9 times, 4 times, 3 times, 8 times, 3 times, 4 times. A total of 114 career strikeouts. Incredible. So what I want to do is, this video, I'm going to take the first 31 players with the fewest strikeouts, and then I'm going to go through all 165, and we'll get to number 165, and we'll see what his total is. I think you know who that person is. If you're a baseball historian or a baseball guru, is that the right word? How about a baseball nut? A nut would know that stat. All right. These are the top 31 players with the fewest strikeouts in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Joe Sewell, 114, number 1. 2, Willie Keeler, 136. 3, Lloyd Wainer, 173. You'll see the numbers go up as we count down to 165. Each player, the number will go up. 4 on the list, Tommy McCarthy, 185. This is career strikeouts. So the first 4 are under 200 strikeouts for their career. Sewell, Keeler, Lloyd Wainer, Tom McCarthy. 5 on the list, Nellie Fox, 216. 6, Mickey Cochran, 217. 8, Deacon White, 221. There's 7 on the list. Deacon White, 221. 8 on the list. Sam Thompson, 234. Number 9, Huey Jennings, 234. 10, Dan Brothers, 238. 11, Ed Roosh, 260. 12, Ernie Lombardi, 262. 13, Jimmy Collins, 266. 14, Hugh Duffy, 268. 15, Frankie Frisch, 272. 16, Sam Rice, 275. 17, Archie Vaughn, 276. 18, Freddie Lindstrom, 276. 19, Rick Farrell, 277. 20, Early Combs, 278. 21, George Kell, 287. 22, Bill Dickey, 289. 23, Jackie Robinson, 291. Now, he's the first guy after, well, I should say, he's the first guy with the fewest playing years. I think he played about 10 years, Jackie Robinson. If I'm not mistaken, all these other guys had 15 to 20 years. So Jackie Robinson, one of the shortest careers, and he's on the list, 291. 24, Johnny Evers, 293. 25, Buck Ewing, 294. 26, Lou Bourgeois, 309. 27, Frank Chance, 320. 28, John Ward, 326. 29, George Sisler. He had a long career, 327. 30, Cap Hansen, 27 years in the league, and he only struck out 330 times. Of course, he started way back in the 1880s, 90s. 31 on the list, Frank Baker, 344. All right, have you noticed something? Of these top 31 with the fewest strikeouts in the Baseball Hall of Fame, they're all old school players. There's not anybody past 1950. They're all before 1950, all these players. And a lot of these guys played a lot of games. I mean, Cap Hansen, 27 years. That's the top 31 with the fewest strikeouts. What do you think? I think it's an interesting stat. Game of baseball, the goal is to get a hit or to get on. And if you're a player who makes contact, you're valuable. And these guys are the top 31 with the fewest strikeouts in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Next video, I'm going to go from 32 to 62. And we'll look at some of these guys. But so far, all old school. Before 1950, from 1870 to about 1949, the first 31 are the guys with the fewest strikeouts. Next video, I'm going to do 32 through 62. And then we'll keep counting down until we get to 165. Thanks for watching. I'm out.